Hello, everybody, and welcome in. I want to wish everyone a wonderful Sunday. Jeremy is back from Texas, and he had a wonderful time at his coffee convention and symposium. He learned a lot of great information, but we are so delighted to have him back so we can get right back into these sales. Welcome to Bully Run Coffee. I would like to say that this preview is a partial preview for our sale coming up on Tuesday, May 6th. Promptly at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a claim style sale. It is a buy it now fixed price, and it is very fast paced, as all of you know. Why there's a blank here on the pages because we are deciding if we are going to go Wednesday, May 7th as well. We might not. If we go Wednesday, May 7th, we will start at 12 o'clock noon and we'll run for probably about an hour to an hour and a half with some additional fun lots, probably some general line antiques, decorative arts, and collectibles. We will let you know if we decide to do that. Welcome to Bully Run Coffee, and thank you so much for being here. For basic information, this is very important for our sales. Please register Monday by 5 p.m. We do not accept registrations after Monday at 5 p.m. We do not have a jot form, and we do not accept registrations during our sales. Thank you for understanding. BullyRunAntiques@gmail.com is where you will email your YouTube name, which is the name in which you appear on YouTube. Like Jeremy appears as Bully Run Coffee. I appear as Jason Adams. And my mom appears as the world famous Mary Adams, which she's in the background today. Say hi, Mary.
Hi, everybody.
She made a special trip down from Cleveland to spend some time with us, and she is busy loading the jewelry trays. Jeremy is working on the costume jewelry and unique pieces and artist-made pieces, and Mom is working on sterling.
Yes.
She's working on sterling silver and some really beautiful Mexican silver pieces. All right, so we need your YouTube name, real name, shipping address, email for your invoice. We need your phone number. And again, it's safe, easy, and fun at our sales. We have a great time. The last time we had our sale, we had over 300 people at our sale. We are now over 700 registered customers. We are so delighted with our forward progress, and we want to thank you so much. So, again, this is the basic information. Just take this screenshot and then go ahead and email Jeremy. We really do appreciate that. Now, some small pieces, and Jeremy is over here, and he's going to start moving some of these pieces off my desk as soon as I get them into the box. And we kind of take a quick peek at what we have for decorative arts, antiques, and vintage collectibles. So we have quite a few paperweights in this sale. This is just a sampling of two of them that I have out on my desk. I think we have some more in a box across the room. Jeremy will get into that box and we'll bring those on in just a little bit. Again, this is made in Murano. This is Italian with the trumpet flowers. Great size, wonderful color combination. Absolutely great controlled bubble across that surface. Vintage around 1950, 1960 on that one. This is very unusual. Let me set this bird down. Let me not get too carried away. Mom, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you have a good trip down?
It was a good trip down.
And then are you excited about lunch? Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited
Exactly.
about. It's a place that you
And then
like
do you want to
take me.
tell them that Jeremy was harassing you in the driveway?
Well, let me see. We were talking about how to clear your lymphatic system.
Yeah.
And I was saying that the dentist was telling me to clear the sinuses, you should do jumping jacks.
Okay.
So I said to Jeremy, I should be doing jumping jacks. I said, do you think I can do jumping jacks? He goes, yes.
I know.
I didn't
And he
even
only
get
he
the
and then he
question.
just said to me he only wanted to see your hair flopping around. Yeah. So when you pulled in he was doing jumping jacks.
Yeah, when he pulled in,
Yeah.
I was already at the back door.
Yeah,
When
and he was-
pulls in, he's out in the driveway doing.
Is that an
jumping jacks.
infraction?
That is.
But wasn't he your favorite? Yeah. Now all of a sudden not. He still is. Yeah, he still is.
Come on.
Jeremy, wait till Becky gets a hold of you on Tuesday night. So it won't be me getting hit with a foam noodle. So this is adventuring glass. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. It's Alexandrite glass. And it changes from blue to purple. Look at these bubbles, and it is an old one. I have this in my collection, and it does switch from a very rich purple to a very rich blue. The color change is very dramatic. So in incandescent light, I think it stays purple. And then, Jeremy, did you see that color change?
God,
Did you see
that
it, Mom?
color is
So the color change is very dramatic. It goes purple, then it goes into like a sapphire blue outside of the light here. Anyways, it's magnificent. I love that paperweight. And Jeremy, save one of the bigger bags for this as well, because you'll start to run out of bigger bags. I don't think it goes in that one, but you'll know that like if there's, because I don't think it goes in that one. I think it goes in one of the other ones. Thanks, Jeremy. So this one is rhodochrosite. The base is some sort of onyx or some sort of agate. And rhodochrosite for the bird, not sure here, could be carnelian, and some sort of either sodalite or lapis. Look at the inlaid eyes with these little bronze feet. I had bought this one with my friend Gail at the shop in Oberlin, Ohio, and everyone loved this one so much, I knew this would like sell so quickly. So I thought, okay, let's double the pleasure. They only had 2. So those are the 2 that we're going to bring. Those, thank you, Jeremy. And those are all stone and they're magnificent, very fragile, in great condition. Now, this is quite unusual. And why I loved this was out on my dresser for a very long time. This is incredible. This is porcelain. I believe it could be by Hubach. I'm not exactly, I don't remember the exact mark with the star, with the crown above. Look at that, exactly. Iridescent crystalline formed glaze, and then these jeweled cabochons that are actually applied to the surface and then glazed over to look like gemstones. What I've loved about this is the condition and that beautiful kind of Wedgwood or jasper kind of cameo, looking like a carved cameo. And look at her headpiece. I said I would never sell this, but it's time for a lot of these little things that I've collected for so long to go. Jeremy, I'll secure the lid with this rubber band so we don't break anything. It is wrapped in paper and it is put in there in that one. This is, I believe this is Weller. I think it was, yes, this one is Weller. And again, this was in my collection for a long time, completely hand painted with this beautiful leaf form and berry form, very Art Nouveau. There is some crazing to the glaze, but that is normal when these pieces were cooled from being fired. So a lot of decorative arts and very small and interesting pieces. This is a tall wear and beaded, French beaded flower wall hook. So this applies to the wall on a hook here, and then you hang your coat or your lightweight coat or hat or gloves on the wall. You know, you could hang jewelry on it as well, because I did have larger necklaces that I would pass through here, and then they would festoon down the wall. Very cool for decorative. Vintage on that would be around 1940. And then I don't sell much in Hummels, but these did come in a consignment. There were around, I think there are around 70, and I said, I will take 2 of the 70. These are the more unusual, the more limited version, great paint, great detail, wonderful size, in perfect condition, no chips or repairs, absolutely wonderful bottom mark. And these do not have bags, Jeremy, but we'll get bags for them eventually. And this is the bank. And why I took this one is because it does have the key with it. And this is Goebel Hummel from Germany, and this key does work the bottom of the bank, and it's this tiny little boy trying to save his money, reaching up into that kind of stylized, whether it be a trunk or a chimney style, and then he's trying to put his coin in there, so that's where the actual coins go in the bank. They'll be very affordable. We know the Hummel market is very down, but I did want to help the people out, and I said, you know what, I'll do it just because they were so distinctive and quite unusual for Hummels. I'll pause there. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're back, and I wanted to load this up with the fine pieces like the gold. This is a 14 karat gold and gem grade peridot frog pendant, and I did have to pay up for this because gold is so high right now, but look at the gesture of this frog. And I guess that's why I don't put things in my light box, because then it struggles between way down here and then way up here. But that's okay. So I'll just remember that for the next round. We'll put them on pads and we'll bring them in that way. This is a beautiful 14 karat gold rope chain. absolutely exceptional quality. And look at that peridot. That is the color we look for. We don't like mottled brownish green. We don't like too much yellow. You want to see a limey, beautiful peridot. And that's why they set that one in solid 14 karat gold. Now, I'll put those there for you, Jeremy. And then if you want to, you can use those bags. Thanks, buddy. And then this one is the opal and 14 karat gold. Beautiful, almost like dandelion puff of opals. Those are all genuine opal. And again, please ignore the Band-Aid on my thumb. That's just a little bit of a problem from working in the studio the other day, working on some ring shanks and using my fingers as tools rather than the tools. Look at the filigree and the way this is constructed, and it's a great size. Unfortunately, I don't think I have my mandrel handy. Do you have it, Jeremy? My Barbara mandrel? Okay, Jeremy's got it. Thanks, Jeremy. Mom, have you missed the sales?
Oh,
have you missed them?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, well, we've missed you. We've missed you very much.
I missed the sales. I missed Jeremy.
Yep.
I also miss seeing you.
I know.
Which is okay.
Yeah, I was busy.
So it gave me time. I kind of was looking around YouTube, which I don't do much of, but I was admiring Elizabeth Kay, the way she presents things.
Oh, yeah.
I like her style. I liked her laid back, quiet speaking.
Yes.
And it just was
She's got a great channel. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm surprised you brought that up.
Because I liked it a lot.
Thank you. You normally don't make a comment on a specific, and that just surprised me. So thank you for doing that. That's amazing. I'm so glad you watch her because she's become a dear friend. This is a 7.5. 14 karat gold, and I love the opals. They're fabulous. And then this one I bought for myself, but again, you can only wear so much. This is a 10 3/4. 10 3/4, and these diamonds are exceptional. I did wear this several times, but I wore it stacked with 2 other rings on the outside because I wanted a wider kind of band appearance, and I wanted to take this and make something traditional, more contemporary, and it worked really well. Look at those diamonds. So if you wanted, a ring that I used to wear, that I actually really did love, you don't notice a lot of the yellow gold because it's a white gold head where the diamonds are set. Very beautiful stones, absolutely exceptional. And again, that was a size 10 3/4, and absolutely wonderful. I love it. I bought it at an auction. And again, it just, I didn't have to have it. I did splurge on this one. I bought this at a pawn shop. And why I bought this is contemporary streamline, all about the diamond, and the diamond in this one is an exceptional quality stone. What I look for in my diamonds is good color, good clarity, and amazing faceting. The faceting of a diamond really makes them sing, and when you get one that looks like this, I don't need to upsell it. From across the room, you notice this ring. Look at it from way far away. Look at the dance and the scintillation. I think why the mounting spoke to me is because it is so well constructed, very modern, very sleek, and an everyday ring. That one is a smaller size. I think it was like it's an 8. I thought it was a 7, but it does go down to the 8. So it is an 8 proper. And if you wanted to, you could polish it. I do like the patination on that one. Solid 14 karat gold, exceptional diamond. I would say about 20 to 25 points if I had to give an estimate. This one is Princess Cut Diamonds. It's the Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, or the Journey Pendant, smaller, medium, and then larger. Beautiful Princess Cut Diamonds, solid 14 karat gold. The chain goes through here. If I put it on a chain, I would have to add about $165 to $175 to the price. I'm going to try and sell it on its own as a pendant. Most people have chains that they can put through here, and they say to me, I would rather save the money because I already have a chain. I don't have the pendant. So I will try and sell it as is. If it doesn't go for some strange reason, I will put it on a chain and bring it back. But it's fully articulated, extremely well done, and beautiful diamonds in a journey pendant. Very affordable. I can beat retail by a mile. These are the world's tiniest diamond earrings. And Jeremy just laughed at me the day that I said I had to have these. He just laughed and laughed and laughed. Solid 14 karat gold and teeny tiny. I mean, they are the size of a lead of a pencil. They're actually the mountings, and they're little buttercup mountings, very ornate. Could you imagine manufacturing those? They're very small, they're very perfect, usually used for a child, but if you have multiple piercings in your ears, which a lot of our viewers do, they've asked for smaller studs for the holes that go up the earlobe. So we just wanted to, again, bring out things that people have requested and asked for. This is the Victorian charm bracelet. You've seen this in other videos. I won't go through every single charm, but I'll just say it's totally loaded, it's gold filled, it's fantastic, and it is just exceptional. If it doesn't go together as a bracelet that has been assembled over time, I will divide these up and sell these all separate, okay? So just remember, hopefully you'll love it together because I did. I am going to bring on quite a few amethyst gemstones. This is the only one I could get my hands on, but you saw these in the light bulb video of how I had light bulbs in the gemstones. This one has a wonderful veil of color zoning right through the center. A lot of personality, great faceting, great proportions, highly affordable. So if you want some loose gemstones, specifically amethyst, I can bring on, what do you think, guys? Maybe 5 or 10 of them? Do you think, Jeremy? Yeah, okay. So we could probably do 5 to 10 of those. And then pink pearls. I bought these with my dear friend Linda. We went away the other day. I've only owned these for now less than 24 hours at the recording of this video. I wish I had a gray neck form to put this on. These are the most lustrous, gorgeous, luminous, I believe natural pink pearls. They are cultured, but I believe the color is likely natural. I do not think these are color treated in any way. I would grade them as a AA luster, not a pearl expert, been doing it for 30 years. I've been around the pearl industry for 30 years, solid 14 karat gold clasp. And again, if I had something dark to put this on, let me see if I can sneak this out of its bag over here, because there is a gold necklace in this box that we might be bringing. I'm gonna have, let's see here. I'm going to have a fit over here if this doesn't work, but it'll work. There we go. Unfortunately, it's still not the right color. Let me try and block the light out. There we go. It is you'll see in the night of the sale, you'll see that these are very bright pink. These are extremely bright. They're not peach. They're actually really bright pink. I wish you could see it. Unfortunately, you just can't on the camera. It's okay. We'll just deal with it. I won't fight with it. It just didn't want to be on film. And if this necklace comes in this box, we will let you know. I'm going to set this out on the desk right here because I think that'll probably come. And Jeremy even said to me, let's save some surprises for them. Jeremy, could you hand me that, please? Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thanks for not bumping the table. Because this, the way that this is situated today, this phone could easily slip right into this box. This is the early copper cuff bracelet, Native American Indian, more commercial stamping on this, but still quite early for a copper cuff. Normally you find these in sterling silver, getting harder and harder to find them in copper. And as everyone knows, copper is supposed to be very good for people with arthritis. It is supposed to help with arthritis in your hands. A lot of people, my drum instructor, Mr. Bobeck back in the day, had an armful of copper bracelets. And I said to him, Mr. Bobeck, why do you have copper all up your arm? And he said, it helps with arthritis. So, and he was completely convinced of it. And he had very agile hands. So I will not deny that. This is Bakelite and brass as a dress clip. This is great. This is a beautiful Russian lacquer brooch, absolutely exceptional. I bought that at the Discovery Shop, so it not only benefited the people that need money for cancer, but I can sell it and make a tiny little bit of a profit because I bought it extremely right. This is art glass, beautiful example with the dragonfly, kind of that shark form at the bottom. Those have always sold out. These were a request. On the video that I just did with Linda, I bought a jewelry jar for $5. We had a friendly competition. If you haven't seen the video on my channel, we laughed for literally 30 minutes. And I think the reason why we were laughing so hard is because the things I was saying off camera, started the hilarity, and then all hell broke loose, during the recording. We continued to laugh about it this morning. These were in the jar, and an agile and wonderful viewer saw them and said, could you please bring the Joan of Arc earrings on? If you see something in a past video of mine and you'd like us to bring it to the sale, just ask, and I will accommodate most requests. These are Juliana D&E earrings. I bought these with Linda at an antique shop. Very affordable, totally underpriced. And this was my bracelet for quite some time. I loved this. I wore this. I enjoyed it. Swarovski crystal embedded in that kind of resin or ceramic beads. And it's the toggle style, tie style clasp. Jeremy, I'll hand that back to you. If you could do that away from the table and rebox, that would be wonderful. I greatly appreciate it. A few more interesting pieces that were out on my desk that I didn't get a chance to unbox. This happy and sad paperweight. This is from Denmark. And this is from the 1950s, 1960s, and it's the moon face of the happy and sad. So you almost could leave this for your spouse and say, I'm happy today, you can talk to me, or I'm sad today, I need you to be nice. And then you could leave that out on the kitchen counter, and you can kind of dictate to your partner or your spouse how you're feeling on a given day, and they can help you out. Absolutely loved that. Was in my window for a long time. Simply don't have to have it anymore. Mom, do you have yours ready?
Yes, I
do. Yeah, you do. All right, she's going to hand me that over. And then I know that it won't fit in the light box completely, but we'll at least get most of it in. Oh, and then, I could show you this real quick. Look at that for a paperweight as well. This was on my living room. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. I got it. Thank you so much. This was on my living room windowsill, and I have a built-in mantle seat, and absolutely love it. It's solid oak, and this was in the window, and it was in a very early collection. Now it's sheared and polished on the bottom, and basically what we've encountered here is a I would say more close to the turn of the century scarab paperweight in amber glass, sheared and polished, and that was the inventory code of the collection that it was once in. Absolutely love it. Don't have to have it. Not sure of the maker. Could it be in the line of like Steuben? Possibly. Could it be Lalique? I don't think so. Maybe it's Czechoslovakian or Bohemian. I'm not exactly sure on origin. Into the sterling silver tray, we're going to go very quickly because I do want to go to lunch with my mom and Jeremy and spend some time with them. These are black spinel briolet sterling silver drop earrings, contemporary and gorgeous. These Jeremy picked up at an antique mall, and I said to him, hey, I think these need to be bought. And he looked at them, never handed them back to me, took them to checkout. He purchased these on his own. I couldn't be more proud. These are from the late 1950s into the 1960s. Sterling silver Navajo, absolutely wonderful for early. Screwback mechanisms at the top. However, what you could do is easily switch those out with French wires. Jeremy, do I have in that box of magic on the bottom there, do I have any French wires in there that were in a little baggie? And if so, just let me know. But if I have the French wires, I could possibly bring the French wires to the I don't think they're in there. Okay, no, we don't have them handy, but I sold a pair of screwbacks. The customer didn't like the screwbacks, so I put French hooks on them during the sale, sent them to her. She was delighted. If I need to switch these out, potentially I can if I can remember to bring the French hooks, but those are very early in construction. Do I want to say the style of turquoise or the mine? People immediately always go to Sleeping Beauty. I'm not exactly sure on matrix on those. They're an earlier mine. Sterling silver and Mexican modernist brooch. Very cool, very 80s, completely sellable now. This cuff I used to wear, not exactly sure on the stone, but this is DTR. This is J. King, Desert Rose Trading, sterling silver. Gorgeous, wide, absolutely wonderful. You can polish it if you like. I like the softness of the finish. I never polished it, but I did wear this. It's about a 7 1/4 inch wrist, just so you know. These earrings are also really beautiful. These are Laguna Agate and Gilson created opal. I purchased these at the gem show with my mother. Of the hundreds and hundreds of pairs of earrings at the show, we bought 3 pairs. We bought these And then the other pair is down here, and these are Herkimer diamond that are faceted, and I believe it is some sort of translucent agate. A lot of people will say Botswana agate. On these, I'm not exactly sure, but look at the way that that drop is. They are very long, but they're very lightweight. My mom helped me pick these out. You like the color of the brown ones and that kind of opalescent. She liked the craft of the bezels, and she said, look how well crafted these are in sterling silver. And I said, yes, so very earth tone on both pairs. So make your list and check it twice for the sale. This was one of mine as well. It's a faceted 7-pointed star in rock crystal and sterling silver. Very powerful piece. Very interesting and simple construction. I bought that at a gem show a very long time ago, and I only chose it because of the stone. I didn't choose it because of the star. I chose it because of the little phantoms and those little growth lines inside the stone. Absolutely brought me a tremendous amount of luck when I would wear it. A red coral and sterling silver, beautiful Navajo ring. Early construction, I would say late 1950s. That is technically a size, it goes down to the 5.5. So according to Barbara Mandrell, I wish I had Erlene Mandrell. She's quite the character. This one is, can't believe the things I say to ruin Jeremy's channel. This is size 5. You just looked at my mom for help. It ain't gonna work. This is a telephone service ring, and I believe that is a tiny little diamond in the center. Those are created emeralds on the outside, sterling silver, and an interesting telephone service ring. State of Ohio. There's the Ohio Bell, and there is size 5. Mom, there is no Ohio Bell anymore, is there? No. I don't think there is. Right. No. Okay, so that's like a vintage thing, gone by era. Sterling silver. Don't ask me what the stone is because I don't know. It looks like Mojave turquoise that's been injected with that silver matrix in there. A mystery stone is what I'll say. Bought it because I love orange and sterling silver. It is sterling. It is tested. Fancy gallery wire, extremely well made. This was interesting. Jeremy and I picked this up. It is carnelian and sterling silver with that riding crop and that cutout horse, sterling silver construction. Late 1930s, 1940s, just in time for the day after the Kentucky Derby. I did not watch the race. They make me nervous. It just makes me really afraid for the horses. I always hope that they're okay. I fixed this in the studio. This is the rare survivor that I fought to keep whole. And I did the restoration video, so if you want to see the restoration on this, but look at the oxidation, how closely I match this. It is a sense of pride that I'm able to restore these pieces. It was completely missing that hook-style clasp, so I fabricated from here to here. Then I soldered it down, and there's my solder seam. And then I oxidized over this whole piece so that I matched the oxidation. I polished it, I finished it. Took quite a bit, but look at that. It is exactly what would have been there originally in the late 1930s into the 1940s. And if you haven't seen that video, please go over and watch it. But someone did ask in the comments, could you please sell me that bracelet? The answer is yes. Here it is, and it's going to be for sale on Tuesday night. And I hope it does sell because I worked really hard on it. Someone had asked for this in a previous video. They said their initial is E, and their father was in the service. So this is a World War II sterling, or I'm sorry, 800 silver coin bracelet, and it's made out of coins. There's the back of the coin. I think it's Australian. Australia, there you go, 1943. Perfect for wartime. And then that clasping mechanism, it's very unusual. It just kind of force fits together like that, and then it's locked in place. But that tension really holds it on. So you kind of feed that through there, through the back of this, so it fits into that. I'll show you on the night of, and then this does click together. So let me feed it back together. Boy, I had it in that first try. I should have just left it alone. And then you slide this down. There you go. So you slide the little band down to hold that buckle in place. Very cool for a World War II historical military cross collectible. Spinner ring. I believe this one is a size, let's see here. I feel so rusty with this preview. 8.5. So that is an 8.5 with the thick sterling silver, and that internal band rolls around. Everybody loved this one for a peridot and handmade sterling silver. Very kind of brutalist in its approach, but from the late 1980s, it almost goes up to the 9, so it's like an 8 3/4 or an 8 7/8. Beautiful construction, hand constructed sterling silver in that kind of melty brutalist style. However, it is from the 1980s. It's not a brutalist original. And then these, I picked these up with Linda as well, and they make me really happy because these were hanging on the wall in the one store, and they missed the mark because that one's not marked. But if they would have opened this one up, they would have found the Mexican 925 mark. These are very well constructed for clip-on earrings. Good weight, great craft, and a wonderful, very robust design of that kind of folded and woven sterling. If someone asked me to make these today, just in silver alone, it would cost between $30 and $40 for just the silver, and then the labor it would take to make these. I really wouldn't want to make them for less than $100, but they will be less than $100 at our sale. These I picked up. These are Ethiopian or African trade beads. Originally, I thought these could have been sterling silver. These actually have a very thick silver plating on them. They are copper underneath the silver beads, and you can see a little bit of the copper wearing through here and there, but these are very old Ethiopian or African trade beads. Very hard to find now, so we'll be bringing those. Another pendant that we loved, made in China, and Jeremy loved the fact that this was made in China because he said, look at the way they craft their stones and look at the stone choice of that journey of kind of earth tones. Wonderful sterling silver, absolutely gorgeous. Wear it every day and it'll bring you good luck. I can say that for sure. I wasn't sure on if this was 14 karat white gold or sterling silver. I will test it. It is an enhancer. It is a gem grade amethyst and absolutely incredible. Very small scale for the people that like intimate and delicate. Sterling silver bangles, match set of 3 Art Deco into the 1940s. Sterling silver embossed bangles. Very unusual to find a set of 3 these days. Normally you're only finding 1, but finding a set of 3, absolutely incredible. And then this is amethyst and seed pearl. I think it is missing 2 little seed pearls on either side, but those are gem grade amethyst, and that is a size 6 3/4. 6 3/4 genuine amethyst filigree silver. And then this one. This was mine for a very long time, and I'm going through the collection and I'm saying to myself, I don't need another arts and crafts and yellow enamel bracelet. I have 3. I need to be down to 1, and so this is yellow enamel in silver. There's the hallmarks right there. It might be 800 silver, and if I said sterling and it's 800, I'm sorry about that, but I always want to be clear on what we're selling. We never want any return. And Jeremy was so excited the other day. He said, do you realize we only had 1 return? And I said, yeah, and it was just because the person didn't like me. What a reason not to send something back. But guess what? I don't like you either. So this is sterling silver, oval link, and then round, and sterling, an absolutely beautiful beaded chain, and Italian, wonderful, absolutely exquisite. Did you see that one, Mom?
I
You
did when
love
I put it
it.
on the tray.
I know,
It's
because it's
beautiful.
like a universal,
Yeah.
and it's a longer length. I'll pause you there. I'll grab 2 more trays. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm already back, and here is a stack of plastic bracelets, and the only 2 that are confirmed as Bakelite are the 2 yellow ones. These are probably Cason, or they could be Catlin, and then the red is just a thermoplastic. So, but I had to keep it together. It looked like, I don't even know. I guess I would say ketchup, mustard, and lettuce. So I thought those were really cool for a whole stack of plastic bangles. So we'll sell those as a stack because they're just fun. And let me move this into the light box, see if something else to look at. And if you hear them busy in the background, Mom and Jeremy are feverishly unbagging, unboxing, and getting 2 more trays ready, 1 in sterling and 1 in costume. We do have a few more pieces of gold that we'll eventually get to. And there's another box of really interesting decorative art objects. This is that celluloid and Bakelite baby rattle. So It does still rattle. Celluloid and Bakelite bunny. Years ago, these were going for like $125. And now they're way down, but I thought that was too cool. And then this expandable natural pearl bracelet, thought that was wonderful. This natural material, this and this were out of another consignment. And I said to myself, all right, I'll do it because they're very old. Signed on the bottom there. So if you like Netsky, and this free ring is still there with that beautiful horse. And absolutely great carving. Look at the oxidation on the surface of that. And then this bracelet, same with the beautiful cross-hatching, riveted together with this exotic wood cuff bracelet. Half creamy white and half wooden. So very interesting construction on that for a cuff style bracelet. Very avant-garde, very unusual. This was in a past video as well. I did have to do the restoration on this drop pendant because it was wired weird and had a strange bead. Look at that for Czechoslovakian glass. 1920s, 1930s. It is a shorter length. So if you want to, you can add chain up here. I decided not to because that was the original length and I didn't want to alter the piece. I wanted to leave it original, but if you want to add chain back there, you can add chain there and extend the length of that to make it more wearable. But look at that. Very large scale, very beautiful. Rose quartz amethyst beads. Very affordable. Loved the variation in stone and loved the color of those amethysts. I'm very picky with gemstones, as you know. This is a very old stamp. And now supposedly this was for the forehead and they would ink this and stamp this for ritualistic purposes and special events. I think it is East India. On this one, it is bronze, very unusual. I'll look this one up again, but it has a lot of age to it. And what an interesting piece for a miniature collection or an oddity collection or for a shelf. Been with me for, again, quite a long time. I had one years ago and I sold it for $55 and I kind of regretted it. This one is much more ornate with that surface of what that would apply and be stamped to the surface of the skin. Probably would be great to use with like henna ink, I would say. I'll let you bag that stuff up, Jeremy. Do you have your other one ready? Oh, you do. Is that the last of the costume?
No.
No? There's more? Okay. Yeah. There's more costume after this. So a brass and stone inlaid bangle bracelet. Been around a long time. Absolutely love the design. This thermoplastic and very wide silver plated. I was looking at my mom's sterling in the background. I'm like, oh, she's got another sterling tray ready. What'd you see, Mom? Oh, no. You got a smile on your face. You got a smile on your face.
I certainly
You
did.
found something great. So she's all excited about something over there. And then these are probably Leah Stein and pierced earrings. I bought these with Jeremy. These I think we're going to do a giveaway on. These were the J. Crew, the Bubble Bar J. Crew. I bought these at the Discovery Shop. So we're probably going to do a giveaway on those. And if not, we'll sell them for like, I don't know, maybe $10 or $15. It's not going to be much. We don't do much with J. Crew, but I wanted to support the shop. These are, let's see here. I'm blanking out on this. These are Arita porcelain. And these are hand-painted screwback earrings. Absolutely exceptional. They don't sell as earrings. You know what I'm going to do. Bezel set them and bring them back as rings. So those are from the late 1950s. And then a butterfly wing pendant in nickel silver with that tropical kind of paradise scene with the butterfly wing behind in nickel silver and the fine chain. I bought this in Oberlin with my mom and Jeremy the one day when we were out there. Let me pause the video. I'll be right back. Well, we're back with this beautiful diamond ring. This was from a past sale. It did not sell. This was our only remaining lot that didn't sell. And my intuition is someone out there has to have this. So I brought it back because I did the math on it. And at the price we had it at, I'll break it down for you during the sale and I'll explain it to you why it absolutely has to sell. Because the quality of the yellow diamonds, the quality of that 14 karat white gold mounting, and it's 2 rings. It's the engagement ring, if you want to call it that, or if you want to wear it as a cocktail ring, go for it. And look at that plain band of the micro pave diamonds. Absolutely beautiful gallery as well. So if you're in the market for an incredible diamond ring, please come to the sale and please purchase that one. So I would appreciate it very much. We do have other gold things, but I don't know where they're at right now. So I'll leave that over there. Mom, can you hand me your tray so far? It's okay. Jeremy did that one. And let's see what else we got going on. I'll pause because they're almost done with their 2 trays. All right, so one of the most sought after pieces from one of my short feeds is this incredible Navajo necklace. And now I know why my mom was smiling so big, because wait till you see some of these artistic and more, I don't like the word statement, but the more notable or the more unusual artistic pieces that I'm incredibly well known for. This is Native American. It is not signed in any way. It is solid sterling silver. I believe that is an older construction for a certain artist, which I'll get into during the live feed. Look at that for sterling silver. It lays down absolutely beautifully. Now, the reason why the thrift store didn't know that it was sterling, someone had replaced this clasp. See how that's nickel or chrome plated? Look at the sterling links here. So what I was going to do is I went in my old parts and components, which I have thousands and thousands and thousands of, and I picked out 2 different sterling silver hooks. Those are separate. They're just kind of stuck together in the bag for right now. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do want to show you that those are separate entities or separate elements that you can use one hook or the other. There's the double hook that's Navajo. There's the single hook that's Navajo and sterling. There's the figure 8. So if you buy this and you don't like that clasp on there because it's not original, you can replace it on your own. Open up the jump rings and replace the clasp. Either leave the jump ring there, put the figure 8 on, leave that hook, put that hook, whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to sell it as it is because it is secure and works very well. But I'm a purist in my collections, and some people don't like the open hooks because they're not as secure. So I'm leaving that up to the buyer. That is your choice what you decide to do with it once you get it. I will include those 2 sterling silver hooks with that piece. Let's get into these incredible notable pieces. This is out on the desk, and you saw this with its great magnetic clasp, and these are really large scale, very lush, cultured pearls in like this cantaloupe orange, gorgeous faceted carnelian, round tiger eye, and then spaced with those kind of little pendants that drop off of the chains. During the sale, we'll be able to get the whole piece in the camera. We'll be able to go up and down because that's the feed for the sale. So you'll see the whole piece. Jeremy, what else you got going on over there? What other kind of pieces do you got going on? Because I sure do need the help. And then we'll put this over here for now, but I don't need to have that put away just yet. Jeremy, what else were you looking at in costume stuff? Did you like anything else in the costume that you were working on? Did you like the Bakelite pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is angel skin coral. My mom helped me pick this out. It's natural angel skin coral. Branch coral, again, look at the old clasp on there for Native American. It does have some very pale pink overtone. You just don't see it in the light box because it is very flashed out. Jeremy, I do need you to stick with me because I do need you to bag up the pieces once they're done. Thank you so much. We'll get into one more tray of costume, a few more smalls, and Jeremy, if you would like to eventually get into the brown box over there where the smalls are, not for you, Mom, because it's very heavy, and I'll let you just relax for now. Jeremy can work on that. Striated amber that's laminated together in solid sterling silver. Gorgeous ring on this one, and this is going to be about a size 7. This comes down to about a size, let's see here. So it goes down to the 6, but there's an awful lot of room there, and when you flip it, it goes to about the 7. So that's a little bit over a 7. Beautiful in its construction in sterling silver and striated amber. Really nice piece. Unusual to say the least. Star ruby or star pink sapphire, natural, and opal border. Yes, it's completely hand constructed, so it's a little out of sorts with that halo. I used to wear this all the time. I used to wear this constantly. Don't need it anymore. It's time for it to go and find a new home. That is a gigantic size 11 3/4. I need you to get in the brown box, Jeremy, eventually, because we do need to, Jeremy, we need to unbox some of that because those are smalls. Thanks for your help, Jeremy. Mom, you can just relax.
Okay.
It's okay. This is charoite and sterling silver with the Mabe pearl. I questioned the metal. I raced home, scratched it, held up under 2 different tests. Charoite, Mabe pearl on a beautiful cord. So if you're into charoite, that would work out very well for you. Thanks, Jeremy, for setting those out. I do appreciate it very much. And, ooh, I didn't do these.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't do these yet. Let me get these out of these bags before I forget to include these in the sale. They were like behind the light box. There will be quite a few surprises in the sale as well, so do not think that this is an all-inclusive pre-sort because it's simply not. This is that agate that I got at the gem show. I think I bought 5 of them total. I am bringing 2 of them to the sale. Sterling silver, wonderful to make it look like a landscape with those misty kind of clouds that are behind there. Absolutely exceptional. Totally love it. Great craft, great stone. Had to have it. And then this one is the kind of smaller, more simple version. And I was explaining it to Jeremy because we have a lot of things like this all the time. We have the big and chunky and fun and cool. We cannot forget the people that like the more delicate and like the more smaller scale. So check that out with that great bale. Absolutely great stone. Again, looks like leaves. Looks like a fern trapped in kind of ice. Really cool. Thanks, Jeremy, for getting the smalls out because we do have quite a few smalls to go. I'm almost done in the light box with Native American shell beads. Wonderful age on these. Great clasp mechanism. To me, Navajo could be Santo Domingo. Could be. So really well done shell beads. Absolutely love that. And then these, you saw me buy these at the thrift with my mom and Jeremy. We had to wait in line. How long were we in line, Mom? 35 minutes? Wasn't it like 35 minutes, would you say, when we were at the thrift that day? We were in line forever. It was like we were so far back and there was like literally 65 people in line. But we waited and we got these wonderful pearls. Very long strand and it's doubled. So I would say those are probably a good 60, probably about, that would be, let's see, it would go down to about the 30. Oh, wow. So that would be 30. And then there's about another, I would say those are about 45 inches long. Nice. And really great color on those. This I looked up with Jeremy. We bought this at the thrift. It is Artisan signed sterling silver. And really great stones. They are color treated and little hematite faceted beads in between. I forget, Jeremy, wasn't it blue something agate when we looked this up? Because I was so unsure because I kept saying, could be sodalite. Knew it wasn't lapis, but it is a great stone, very wearable. Desert Rose Trading, bought these with Jeremy and my mom and my friend Missy at that antique shop for Desert Rose Trading, as I get frustrated. And let's see, I think this is sterling, and it's a beautiful little cup with that great engraving across the surface, an oddity that had been out on my desk forever, and I would throw paper clips in it. And I said to myself, I don't need a sterling silver paperclip holder on my desk. It's the last thing I need. This is wonderful. And as my mom knows, I've repurposed things my whole entire life. And, with having an office for so long, I just used what I could. I used what I could. And I needed a paperclip holder, so I decided that little cup was going to stay with me until now. Now, sterling silver construction on this, probably one of my favorite pieces in the sale, jewelry-wise. So we have watermelon tourmaline, sunstone natural crystals, a very large sunstone cabochon, a unakite a fire opal, and apparently some sort of bloodstone. There is a window in the opal, so there is windowing there, and then that unakite with that pink and that green to kind of play off the sunstone. The kind of color story and the journey and the process of this maker that did this is massive. I have very large hands. This is extremely large scale, completely hand fabricated all the way through and through. All of the links are soldered together. And if you saw this on, the way this looks when it's worn, very impressive. Very kind of, that double step down, really fantastic that it lays down so well. And all the stones do lay correctly. It's not going to do it in the light box, but once you have it on, those stones lay down exactly where they need to be. And that beautiful, beautiful cabochon, wonderful artist made, completely hand constructed, a knockout in any sale, to say the least. Jeremy has the few pieces of interesting items and smalls out on the desk. Jeremy, was this Waterford crystal on this one?
It is labeled.
It's labeled. I think this is Waterford. There we go. So this was out of a very wealthy and well-known area collection in Cleveland. There are approximately 12 lots from this, and we were very delighted to be able to bring these to the sale. So that is the Waterford with the original label, The Church. Very lovely condition on all these items. No chips, no cracks, no problems. Thank you, Jeremy. This small one, I don't remember what this was. I think this went with something else. Not exactly sure, but a toothpick. Very nice crystal, very good quality. Not exactly sure how we'll sell that. We might pair it with something else. Then we get into this unique little situation here of this really beautifully cut Baccarat crystal. So there is the Baccarat an etched and engraved signature on the bottom. Baccarat crystal. And look at the way Baccarat pushes and pulls that light. Really beautifully done. That's done, Jeremy, right there. Thank you so much. And pushes and pulls the light so drastically, sets in this little tiny cup-style holder, precariously perches itself, but really great push and pull in that crystal and that light. I love this piece. So Jeremy, that can go back. Thank you so much. And another paperweight. Jeremy, did we have any more paperweights besides the ones we've already shown that you know of? I think we have a couple more, so we'll take a quick peek. Look at the bottom of that. Wonderful color and great form in hand blown. Mom, what do you think so far? Let them know what you think.
I like it because it's well versed. There's a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, if you want something on a shelf, or I see what's coming up, you would put that on your dresser table. A perfume bottle coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But I like it that it's a variety.
I would agree. I think that's one thing that we pride ourselves on. When we do local shows, that's what we're known for. I turn these to the side. And why I turn these to the side is because when we had first seen these, we weren't exactly sure what we had going on with what exactly these were. I'm so distracted again. Hard stone on this one, exotic wood on this one. These are kaleidoscopes. So on the inside here, as you view here, and then you turn this is the lens at the bottom with those crushed up glass pieces. And then they have these brass pieces and pedestals that these set down in. So these are not only, do you say sculpture, they are actually utilitarian to be able to be used. And I just think that those are exceptional. I don't quite know what the gray stone is, but it's some sort of probably granite or marble more than likely. I don't know why these bags are all over the table, but we're going to have to do that in just a moment. We'll get to that. I'm not exactly sure on the maker on this, but supposed to be quite valuable. It's Flatto. Sorry. This is Paul Flatto. Other people would not know that it's Paul Flatto. Flato. I believe that the gentleman's name was Paul. Paul Flatto. It does have some scratching and some wear that does need to be addressed. address, so that will take the value down a little bit. But it's a lady with the rhinestones in her flower cart. Very unusual for a flat toe compact. We might pair that with this one then. We might sell those two together because they are vanity items. This would be a cigarette case for a lady from the late 1950s into the 1960s with that heavily marbleized, moody, swirled, gorgeous lucite on the top of that with the brass construction. So we'll probably sell those two together, more than likely. I don't know exactly what this is doing in here, but maybe we'll put that with those pieces. And then this is celluloid. And why I liked this one was most of these were attributed to Marion Weber. That is Weeber. Marion Weber. She was a designer, craftsperson, and strictly, basically used celluloid. So this is celluloid. And, do you call these Bing cherries? What would you say on fruit on those besides absolutely gorgeous? A lot of times these were apples, but very unusual to have the celluloid stems actually still exist. A very rare survivor. I do attribute that to Marion Weber. I really do. Here is another. I don't know what just fell off of there, but that's okay. Sydney Opera House. And I believe that this is also a Waterford piece. I'm 99.999% sure, but that is the Sydney Opera House. So if you know of anyone from Sydney that adores the Opera House there, or if you've ever visited it on a trip and you didn't get your souvenir and you didn't want to have to haul this back to the United States in your luggage, there is the original label there. And let me look, this is definitely Waterford. There we go. There's the mark for Waterford Crystal. I knew I was right. I could sense that I was. Absolutely gorgeous. Waterford is a luxury. It's a very well-known brand. And they use Waterford Crystal for the Times Square ball drop. That's like all Waterford Crystal. This is definitely Murano. And there is the original kind of sticker there. There you go, for Murano. And look at that for an encased butterfly of that Murano glass. Wonderful, wonderful piece. And we all love Murano glass. And what I've said about paperweights and small things, they're jewelry for the house. Don't be afraid to invest in them, because if you have a space and you have some room, don't be afraid to invest in things like this, because they are jewelry and accessorize a home. Wouldn't you be happy to look at that every day with that absolutely great design of that butterfly? Sheared and polished bottom, again, a sign of quality, and that's why I show you the construction of the pieces. So during the sale, you know exactly what you're going to get. I think this could be our final item because my stomach is absolutely growling and I am a little tired out. I told Jeremy and my mom I did not sleep at all last night. I don't know what it was. I don't know what was on my mind, but I did tell them I delayed today's unboxing by what, 3 hours, guys? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 hours. I was exhausted and I still am. So if I ever sound irritable, it's because I'm tired. That's all. Sheared and polished sides on each side ×3. Absolutely great luster on this. And I'm surprised this isn't signed. Normally these are Artisan signed. I don't know. But it has the original atomizer top, and I'm sure this is very useful. And then look how the bulb is with that kind of cloth covered. Very good. It's not dry rotted at all. So, Jeremy, what do you think so far? Good. Think pretty good? Should we round it out with a few more pieces?
You can.
Yeah, let's see how we feel tomorrow to make the announcement for Wednesday. And then if we don't do Wednesday, maybe we will do the following, maybe we'll do Monday, Tuesday next week. So we'll see about possibly doing Wednesday this week, depending on how I feel and depending on how much rest I get in between. And Jeremy just coming back from vacation, you know, you had to take care of the house. Yeah. How were the cats, Jeremy?
Bad.
Oh, why do you say bad so quick?
They were very needy.
But I took good care of them, didn't I?
Yeah.
I spoiled the living hell out of them.
Yeah.
Have they been bothering you for cookies?
Yes.
And you know why that is?
Because you were giving them.
Because I gave them cookies 24 hours a day. Mm-hmm. Did any of them gain weight? Did the litter robot tell you if they gained weight?
Well, now there's 2 litter robots.
Oh, but did it tell you if they gained any weight? They probably did. I bet Tishy did, because Tishy got
she felt like it.
She did. She's a cannonball. She's a large black cannonball. Mary, what do you have to say?
just glad to have Jeremy back. Glad to have
Yes.
you back at the sales.
Yes.
Because I know you enjoy them and you enjoy bringing things to people and you shop hard.
Oh, thank you. I do. I try my best. And these were out on the desk because, Jeremy, you have to back these up for me. So these were out on the desk and I forgot to put these in the video. So by the way, look at the additions we're going to have. So there's all this that was out on the desk. So there's this. And then that's the Noah's Ark bracelet that everyone was asking for. So there it is, signed. And it's the Noah's Ark composite bracelet that I bought at Oberlin College. And some really awesome Bakelite bangles. And some really cool beads. And we're going to have, the giveaways. The giveaways we're going to have. Just be ready for the giveaways. All right, everyone. We're going to call it. We're going to go to lunch. Mom, thanks for coming down.
We're gonna have
Thank
a
you
good
so
time,
much.
You know,
I know. It's so, I
enjoyed,
love seeing you.
I enjoyed all the items.
Oh, good. I loved seeing you.
And I
Absolutely.
wish I could click on fast enough to buy
Oh,
stuff. I'm too slow.
and that's the only reason why I didn't show that one pendant necklace is because I was like, I think she's probably gonna want it. So, anyways, but we thank you so much, Jeremy. Anything else?
No.
No? Registrations are going well so far.
Yes.
And he had so many the other day because I mentioned Bully Run in the one unboxing, and it's now at like 35,000 views. So we'll let you go. Have a wonderful day. And again, everyone, thank you so much for joining in. We love them.
Because we do.
Because we do. Thank you. Love you guys.